Okay, we'll probably get going. It's a couple of minutes after 9:30. And if anybody comes, I'll let you in. Otherwise, we'll get on with doing the recording. So, good morning and welcome to the support session for CHCDIV001 Work with Diverse People. My name is Sarah and I've recently joined the Sci-Fi team, and we'll be running support sessions each week for each assessment task, and then after those we'll have some drop-in sessions for extra support. Okay. So first we'll do the acknowledgement of country. TAFE Queensland acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and respect the continuing connection to land, waters, cultures and family that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples uphold. We pay respect to elders past, present and future. We recognise that teaching and learning has taken place on country for over 60,000 years, and two-way learning is an important part of our reconciliation journey. Okay, so I'm here today to provide support for the unit CHCDIV001, work with diverse people, and today we'll be working on assessment 1. I'll guide you with some tips and some pointers, run through the questions briefly, and then if you have any other further questions or queries, this is the time to ask if anyone turns up, or if not, you can email us at the Sci-Fi email address, which is on your Connect website. Okay, so there's 3 assessments due for this unit. However, today's session will just be on assessment number 1, AT1. The following weeks will be AT2 and then AT3. Okay, so assessment 1 is written knowledge questions, which we will talk about today. It's due on the 8th of May. We've written there, use your learner guide, additional content, and perform internet research and attend Zoom classes or watch the recordings. Okay, so assessment 1, first question we have up is about self-awareness. Okay, so it's asking you to give 2 reasons, so bullet point, 1 sentence each, as to why you believe self-awareness is important. Question 2, list of possible consequences. So it's asking you to list 3 here. So 3, again, bullet point is fine, sentence each. What are the consequences of not having an understanding of self-awareness when providing support or service to people from diverse backgrounds? Question 3, what is your understanding of diversity? So what is your understanding of cultural diversity, and explain how it exists in the workplace or a group that you're familiar with. Question 4, 5 things to take into consideration to accommodate diversity. So different diversity needs. This can be dot points, 1 question as well. So just to find an example how you could incorporate this into your work. Question 5. Okay, so question 5 is asking you to obtain a copy of a policy which you believe relates to cultural diversity, and attach this. Make sure that you attach the document to your assessment. You can, if you're in your workplace, there should be some cultural policy documents. If not, you can go to the local library. I'm sure there's plenty of community groups in your area. So just, if you haven't got in your workplace, think outside the square of it. Yep. We're not looking from there today. And explain 3 examples. Okay, so make sure 3 examples of how the document is in action. in relation to service delivery. Okay. Question 6. List 3 organisations or resources in your region that could assist you with difficulties or issues associated with supporting people from culturally diverse backgrounds. So you just look around, you perform some internet research on how resources or organisations in the area to support with people from different backgrounds. So explain how, is the second part of this question, how each organisation could be of assistance. Okay, question 7. Provide 3 examples of problems or misunderstandings, which could occur as a result of your organisation not being culturally aware. So this comes down to cultural competence. So if there was cultural incompetency, list 3 examples, what could go wrong, what could be consequences, what kind of misunderstandings could happen. Again, bullet point sentence each would be great. Okay, question 8 is a case study on Jane. Okay, so you read through the case study thoroughly on Jane and then describe, the first part of the question is describe 3 issues which impact on Jane. Then what are 3 issues for the group? So these all in bullet point is fine, just a sentence for each or just to explain. Then list 2 supports that could be put in place to resolve some of these issues for Jane. And then 3 responsibilities Jane and her workplace have in this situation. So yes, example, the duty of care, go back to the cultural competence, those kinds of responsibilities that Jane and her workplace have for their clients. Okay, and then question 9 is a case study again. It's Michael. So read the case study thoroughly, and then it's asking you to list 3 areas of diversity for Michael. There's quite a few there, so they should be able to list 3 or more, but it only needs 3 for the criteria. Name 2 human rights of Michael's that are being impacted. So 2 human rights of Michael that are being impacted after reading the case study. List 2 ways you can improve your understanding and Michael's father's understanding of the situation. So how could you think, what would you think about to get a better understanding of the whole picture? Who could you speak to someone? Who could you outsource? Let's looking for that kind of question. Again, a couple of sentences, as long as you explain the 2 ways and then give examples. So just link it in so you answer the whole question. Question 10, then the last case study, which is Mary O'Brien. Again, read thoroughly through the case study and then answer the questions. Now with Mary, there's only 2 parts. Okay, so A is if Mary was a young person, how would you support her spiritual, cultural, emotional, and physical needs? Okay, so give 2 strategies and be specific. Okay, link it to the spiritual, the cultural, emotional, or physical. So you just need to give 2, but make sure your response shows which one you're linking it to. And B, list 1 other person that might be able to assist you. So just think culturally appropriate of someone that could assist you with supporting Mary, being a young Aboriginal teenager with mental health issues. Okay. So, well, that's the questions there. There's additional content I've added. I've put the link in there. It's a TED Talk on cross-cultural communication by Pellegrino Riccardi. It's about 20 minutes. So, I mean, if you have the time, it's a great TED Talk. talks about self-reflection and perception. So you can copy and paste this link into the search bar on your YouTube page on the internet. But if you have got the time, I strongly recommend you have a read of it. Some of these things really sort of begin to open our minds up to understanding a broader sense of cultural competence. Okay, so moving on. Assessment support housekeeping. So follow your due dates. They're connect on the unit page overview and on the right-hand side of your calendar. I'll run through them again after this. If you require an extension, please read the tape rules. Okay, you must align with these, and extensions are only granted in exceptional circumstances. So do be aware of this. 3, submitting assessments, Word documents only, and they must go through Connect. They will not be accepted by email. So that's very important too. Plagiarism, it must be in your own words. No copy and pasting from the learner guide, or no copy and pasting from outside resources. So you can find some information, bring it in, and then just rewrite it in your own words, okay? Just no copy and pasting. Referencing, we encourage you to reference under each paragraph. For example, like learner guide, page 56, or in this case, you can copy and paste a link from a resource of where you got the information and put that under the paragraph. Requesting support, so email to the Sci-Fi team, the email unit, the emails on your unit overview page. Now, can you please make sure that the subject on your email reflects the content? So not like, attention to teacher's name. So just AT1 assessment support, so that once we see it, we're like, okay, we know it's that. We can prioritize emails that way as well and get back to you. Resubmissions, assessment instructions are all there on Connect for you. So get started today. Don't get behind. That's, big tip. Keep moving, and just chip away at these assessments. Okay, so the due dates, the importance of these dates. So assessment 1 is due on the 8th of May, which will be probably within the week. Yep. And then assessment 2 is due on the 22nd. Assessment 3, 22nd of May, and assessment 3 is due on the 5th of June. Okay, so very important dates here. Once again, questions. So sci-fi.north@tapequeensland.ed.au. Make sure you include your name, the student number, your unit code, assessment number, the question numbers, and outline your query. Okay, and we'll get back to you hopefully within a couple of business working days. As soon as we can, we'll get back to support you. Okay. So next session will be session 2, and that will be next week on the 9th of, so it'll be Tuesday, the 9th of May, same time, 9:30 to 10. And next week we will look at assessment task 2. So thank you for joining me today. And please reach out if you need any extra support via email to the Sci-Fi team. Thank you.